Hello everyone, my name is Samir Syed. Today we are going to discuss about JSP Implicit Objects. Introduction to JSP. First, JSP. JSP stands for Java Server Pages, which is a server-side technology used for creating web pages. Advantage of JSP is easy to learn and highly efficient. It allows for the creation of dynamic web pages using Java programming language. JSP is used extensively for developing enterprise-level web applications, dynamic web pages, and web-based software systems. Components of JSP. JSP has a variety of components including directives, scripting elements, JSP, standard libraries, custom tags, etc. Coming to JSP implicit objects definition. Implicit objects in JSP are predefined objects that can be accessed directly in a JSP page without needing any initialization or declaration. Usage. They allow users to access and manipulate data associated with the different components of a web applications like requests, sessions, responses, etc. Types. JSP has 9 implicit objects including out, request, session, application, response, config, page context, page, and exception. Okay, first, let's see the out implicit object in JSP. What is the definition of out implicit object? The implicit object out is used to send HTML content to the response stream from JSP page. Functionalities. The out object has many methods that are used to write data into a response stream such as print, println, and clear. Example is the statement of another bracket percentage is equal to 5 plus 5 generates 10 and writes it to the response stream using the out.print write method. These tags are known as JSP tags. Use cases. The out object is widely used in JSP pages for displaying and formatting information such as generating HTML tables, list, forms, etc. Next, coming to request implicit object. The functionalities of request implicit objects are: the request object can be used to retrieve and set attributes for the duration of a user session and to access parameters that have come in through a HTTP post or a GET request. The request implicit object is used to retrieve HTTP request information such as headers, parameters, and attributes from a JSP page. Use cases. The request object can be used for user authentication, handling from data, and for forwarding requests to server-side components like servlets. Next, coming to the session implicit object. The session implicit object is used to obtain and manipulate information maintained across a user's entire session. Functionalities of session implicit objects. The session object can be used to save session level data such as user authentication, user references, and shopping cart information. The session object is widely used to share user-specific data across pages and applications and for maintaining state between page requests. Coming to application implicit object. The application implicit object is used to obtain information from and about a servlet context which represents the web application. Functionalities. The application object can be used to retrieve context-aware initialization parameters, set and get attributes, and retrieve resource-related information. The application object is widely used for managing global variables and configuration data across one or multiple JSP files or servlets. Next, the response implicit object. The response implicit object is used to create, manage, and send HTTP errors, cookies, and redirects to the client from a JSP page. The response object can be used to create a new HTTP header with the desired name and value, add a cookie to the response header, and redirect the client to another URL. Config implicit object. The config implicit object is used to obtain the servlet configuration object for a JSP page. The config object provides access to servlet initialization parameters, context initialization parameters, and context objects via other servlet config objects. The config object is used to retrieve initialization parameters values and provide configuration information to JSP pages and other servlet components. Page context implicit object. The page context implicit object provides a reference to the JSP page context. The page context object provides access to implicit objects, stores page data, provides access to the corresponding servlet API objects via page context attributes. Use cases of the page context implicit object. The page context object is used to access a wide range of data objects such as headers, response attributes, redirects, as well as information relating to the page context. Next one is the exception implicit object. The exception implicit object is used to obtain the throwable exception that caused the error to occur on a JSP page. Functionalities of the exception implicit object. The exception object can be used to retrieve information regarding the exception, including the exception message, class, and cause. Use cases of the exception implicit object. The exception object is used to better handle programmatic errors and exceptions that occur on a JSP page. The last one is the page implicit object. The page implicit object in JSP provides information about the current JSP page, including its URL, content type, and whether or not it has been modified. This object can be used to access page information and make decisions based on the page state. In this card, we will explore the different uses of page object and how it can help developers. So in this way, the implicit objects are available in the JSP Java server page. These are the 9 implicit objects we discussed here. Okay, thank you.